Hello everyone, it's Nancy again, and this week's Blue Light Hotspot is Peru. And you might want to get your spiritual sunglasses on because the energy illuminating from Peru is incredibly bright like the sun. So if you're new to my channel, you can go ahead and I invite you to look at more of my videos. But my name is Nancy Rebecca. I am a registered nurse. I do look at the health of the human energy field, whatever's going on inside of you. How does it impact you? What's going on in our great outer universal world, and how does that impact you? So every Saturday, I do these blue light hotspots. So let's just jump right into Peru. So the way that this works for me is I always use the 4 intuitive levels: feeling, hearing, seeing, and knowing. I do this when I first tune into whatever country I'm being guided to tune into, and then other information comes along after that. So I will call in all the intuitive archaeologists and invite you to add anything more, because there is so much going on for Peru. There is no way that I could touch all of it in this short period of time. All right, so the first thing that I write is light in the belly. And what that felt like is right below the navel area and that sacral chakra. It just felt, as soon as I tuned in, like this enormous amount of light. So I called it light in the belly, light in the underworld, light in cave systems, light of the world. Shamanic prayer so strong, spilling out into the entire world and the universe. This Peruvian light pours into the waters and carries those prayers throughout the entire world. Now, I've been doing these blue light hotspots for a while now, and I honestly, at one point I thought, okay, I've got my eyes closed, but it is so bright I feel like I need to put my sunglasses on. So then there was this kind of a thick kind of mud type energy. It was thick like mud, like really thick, very kind of earthy type energy that was just kind of rolling along in Peru. And then all through South America, all through the upper countries of South America, offering stability to any corruption that may be happening there. So this really earthy, kind of real thick, warm, imagine like a mud bath or something, but it just really helping to ground all of South America and really help ground to stabilize all the disorder and corruption that may be happening. So that's intuitively what came through. Then I hear an extremely high-pitched shrill ringing in my ears. And then I hear that this is called the gathering place. Peru is called the gathering place. The visionaries, many high-level ascended masters. So this is the gathering place of the spiritual realm. Many high-level ascended masters are communicating with those that have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. I can see angels, I can see Jesus, I could see Mary, I could see great prophets, I could see many star beings of the highest order. I could see many ancient star beings that have been around since the beginning of the universe. It's just this collection, like this meeting place, this gathering place of so many spiritual beings. And it just seemed super, super bright at this time. Then when I closed my eyes, not only could I see the brilliance, but I could see that South America is this brilliant light, but in Peru, it almost encompasses the entire country. Then I thought, all right, so is this kind of a recent thing? So here I'm talking to spirit, like, has Peru always been this bright, or did it become this bright when there were the blue light surges that came through in 2019, 2021, and 2023 in November? And it was like, so what Spirit showed me was a timeline that went back like 10,000 years. And going 10,000 years ago, it's just bright like the sun. I don't even know why it's so bright, but bright like the sun. And it was able to maintain that bright radiance. And then it shows that there were about 400 or 500 years where the light was diminished, but it was never snuffed out. It never went away. And now they're showing that, yes, since the blue light surges came through, it is returning to that really bright, incredible, bright light. And I will tell you that I meditated with this light, and I wanted to see, I was really curious what it felt like. So I invite you all to go into meditation and just set the intention that you'd like to feel that frequency coming out of Peru. And to me, it felt like a lot of love, almost like all this love is just being pumped out into the universe. Yep, that's what I wrote on my paper. The love frequency is being generated with a powerful force of intention. So it's almost like this, it's just cranking, like this machine is just turning over this love and just sending it out to the universe again and again and again. And it's joining with all of your prayers that you have, that you are offering to the world. Then I hear above and below. And then I hear as above, so below. There are rivers of gold. So it's almost like a mirror image of this brightness above, but also under the earth, incredibly bright. Rivers of gold traversing along the underground rivers throughout the world. So it was like all these underground streams are just reaching out and really touching all the other rivers. It's like all the rivers are on the same page. All the oceans are on the same page. Humanity's not on the same page, but there seems to be a lot of faith in us that we are going to get there. So in some ways, it feels like and looks like and hears like, and my knowingness tells me it's kind of like an epicenter of light. And so I would really like for you all to tune in and to get that, see what information you get about that. But I am getting epicenter of light. And then Spirit shows me that underneath the earth, where there's also brilliant light, I could see what came out of the light, where there was a large group of women in white robes. So they were separate. And then there was a group of male figures that came out of that. It was like an LED light that walked out of it that are are men in white robes as well. So my question was, are they working separately or are they working together? And then I heard they're working separately and together. And so the women are working a lot. They seem to be celestial star beings, that they are working with a large amount of feminine energy that's coming in, and the men are working with the masculine divine. And then they come together to help kind of blend them and bring an enormous balance of male and female energy into the world. And then what they said to me, these beings in all white, they said, humanity is so much stronger than you allow yourself to believe that you are. So they were really expressing a lot of faith in our own strength and our own abilities. And then it was interesting that they went to say this, because there's never been kind of a message like this before, but they said, bullies have actually very little light. They must push their body, their voice, their words, their facial expressions around to ultimately intimidate. But from the light illuminates that this bully light is about the size of a grapefruit. So their actual light and size is about the size of a grapefruit, where the average good human being has a light as large as a mountain. So they really came through and wished to express that when we have some really strong, powerful figures going on in the world, the light that they have is very small, and the average good, healthy, kind person has a light as big as a mountain. So yeah, let's take that in. Can we take that in? Then I could see a world superimposed with Peru, and this other world looked like a Greek city with buildings and pillars of iridescent marble. So it was almost like, you know, I could see like these Greek buildings. It looks like they're sitting on top of the mountains in Peru, and yet it's like everything passes through them. Like it's definitely in another dimension. I can see sparks of light coming off of it. And so it's very close to the mountains there. So it definitely looks like it's connected to the white-robed ones. And I've done a video on what I call Amma, which is an ancient celestial star culture that has existed since the beginning of time and has the knowledge and wisdom to share with us. So what they said was they are the alchemist who work with the light, the quantum light. And then they went on to say that they prepare the light above, and then they work with humanity below to make sure humanity can take in that amount of light, including nature, they said. And then they download the light into the 3D level, and then rinse and repeat. And then they add the structure of the world that we're going to, and they take in all the consciousness, your dreams, your desires, your wishes of what you want for humanity. They take that, they imprint it at these higher frequencies, and then they help clear the energy at the 3D level. And then they allow that high level of knowledge and wisdom to come down, so that once we take it in and once we're quite settled with it, then they start again. All right, so what's next? So they said the culture has gone through a division in the past, and now there is a coming together under the frequency of unity consciousness. So they just wanted to reemphasize that again. They're not participating without our participation. So it's like, if we want love in the world, if we want kindness, we want gentleness, we want caring, we want love one another, we want peace, we want harmony. So whatever it is, we want people to not steal our money, the banking systems not be corrupt, the political systems not be corrupt. So as our dreams and desires are going up there, that's when the white-robed ones and all the other ascended masters are gathering that information. They are kind of purifying it and putting it into a downloadable file, I suppose. It's kind of how I think about it. And then they want to make sure that the earth is ready, that everybody on earth, including nature's ready, and the animals are ready. And then they bring in another higher frequency. So they just wanted to say that you are all doing really well. They really want to pass that message on. You are all doing really well. They went on to further say that you bring a greater frequency of peace into this world than what you can even begin to imagine. So keep those prayers coming. And it said you are currently working on the peace fabric above, and then you will assist humanity to shift that peace into the 3D level so that everyone can adapt to greater levels of peace. And then again, they said rinse and repeat. Then they went just one little step further to say that the way that they see humanity, whoever they are speaking to, which are those who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, is that they see us all as the alchemist. And they said, please have faith in your ability as the alchemist, and that you don't have to take on the pain of the world to be able to transform it. And so they went a little further to say that we are all healers, that all of humanity are healers. They came through very strong about that. And they said, first and foremost, Remember to depend on the ancient holy ones and know that you just have a lot of support around you. So, alchemist and intuitive archaeologist, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any more information that comes through about Peru, I would love to read about it in the comments section. And yeah, together we will create a much bigger picture. So put on those sunglasses because that light coming from Peru is brilliant. All right, take care, everyone. I will see you on the next Blue Light Hotspot.